And we welcome you in to the Farmers Bank Fieldhouse in Lebanon, Indiana. Game 4 of the Midwest Challenge presented by SVI Sportswear. SVI Sportswear. Create your own adventure. Find out more at SVISportswear.com. Alongside Tony Leach, Rob Brown with you for this Game 4 consolation game. Team Illinois against Team Wisconsin. Team Illinois in the blue. Team Wisconsin in the red. Happy you're with us for this one. And Team Illinois winning the tap. We'll walk you through the players as we get this one underway. Team Illinois dropping its game earlier today against Team Michigan by the score of 89-68. As getting to the basket and scoring there for Team Illinois, that was Dante Montgomery. And Montgomery with the block shot. Team Wisconsin dropping a game earlier today to Team Indiana by the score of 114-109 in overtime. And
riveting game for
Tony,
sure.
I think the gym is still buzzing from that game.
No,
My goodness.
It really is. It really is. And I think Wisconsin's probably a little shell-shocked after that because obviously you want to come here and win the event. But I tell you what, they gained a lot of fans from how they played in that first game.
And we had two players from Wisconsin in that game as that ball banked in out front by Roman Thompson hitting the three. We had two players in that game, Jamarian Bateman and Javante Edwards, who has got the basketball right now. I was extremely impressed by Edwards. I think Bateman, as Thompson banks in the runner, I think Bateman coming in with a ticket to Ames, Iowa and Iowa State. When a kid comes in with an Iowa State scholarship, you have a certain level of expectation.
Yes.
But
he
Edwards,
lived up to it,
yeah,
for
sure. Hitting the three to tie the game and send it to overtime.
Points,
but I think
did himself well.
Yeah, but I think Edwards, with going to Canisius, a mid-major school, with 31 I think he had 31, 30. He was very impressive.
He was.
I think he was a guy that, with a mid-major offer, raised some serious eyebrows and got
question.
those 31 points on just 20 shots.
Right. What I said to him in the hallway is enjoy your 1 year at Canisius if you play like this your freshman year.
It is a different landscape these days, Tony. You're exactly right.
It is.
And Edwards takes his shot out front that's short. So, yes, Javante Edwards, as that basket scored at the rim by Josiah Harper, who is going to play at Georgia State. I'm actually friendly with the staff at Georgia State, so I know those guys very well.
Illinois is playing with a lot of energy. I mean, of course, they had the longer break. Got them some great food in them by Real Taste Catering, Mark Webster, so they're ready to play.
The broadcast crew sampled that as well. It was delightful. And a foul at the rim, so.
The macaroni and cheese was amazing. It was the first pan to be empty.
That is always
everybody was like, where's the macaroni and cheese? We're like, it's gone.
Tony, that is the truest test right there. What is the first pan to empty out?
It was inhaled.
We have a quick timeout called by Illinois. We'll stay here with 16:35 to go. This is a fantastic facility. How did you come to sell? Because I know, Tony, you've moved this event around. You've had this event in different venues across Central Indiana. How did you come to settle this 2025 edition of this event at this particular venue?
Well, this facility is owned by Card and Associates, Andy Card, and he owns this one, which is Farmers Bank Fieldhouse. He also owns Pacers Athletic Center, and we have office space now inside of Finch Creek, which is previously named another name, but it's Finch Creek Fieldhouse now, Noblesville. He also owns one in Mishawaka, so they're great partners of ours. We're their official sportswear partners, so we do their in-house gear for their Showtime program, Go Time program here, Prime Time at Pacers Athletic Center. So, you know, it was just one of those collective efforts where we said, you know what, let's have it here when there's a tournament. So there'll be a lot of eyeballs on the event. And it certainly was, certainly at the Team Indiana game, which I'm sure it's going to be fans that certainly come back even for that one. But no, it's a phenomenal facility.
Terrence Harper at the line. Harper going to play football at Iowa next year. (8-2) the score. Illinois with the basketball, pass deflected. Tried to save it, it'll go back to Wisconsin. Edwards all the way to the goal, lays it in.
You know, Wisconsin started slow in the first game. And they started hitting threes and got back in it. So I expect that this game as well.
Smith up high to throw it down. (10-2). Bateman on the fade, too strong with it. And we got a foul on the rebound. That foul called on TJ Ricketts. 20-minute halves here in the next two games, playing men's college format rules with the 20-minute halves. These guys will play at the next level. And the shot forced up, but put back up and in.
You know, this is one of those games where, you know, after you don't win the first one, and it's obvious that you're not going to win the event, where you have to say, you know what, we're gonna suck it up and we're going to play hard and make sure in the case with these guys, they're both going to head back up 65 north. Let's go back with a win. So far, Illinois looks like they gotten that memo a little better than Wisconsin so far.
Run off the line is Nelson. It's a nice move through the lane, but the shot's missed, tapped up off the rim. That score graphic is not correct. It should read 12-4, Wisconsin trailing. Now 12-6 in favor of Wisconsin, or in favor of Illinois, rather. And the follow dunk is thrown down. Oh, my. Josiah Harper up to throw it down, and Illinois leading 14-6.
Harper's
oh,
got some
my.
game.
Woo. They've had a series of leapers go through that Georgia State program. Coached by Jonas Hayes in downtown Atlanta. Harper tried another one there to throw it down. Couldn't get it. Bateman wants to step back in the corner or around and out. Pass deflected at the timeline, and Edwards is wrapped up and fouled. Subs at the table stepping in. Tony, describe for me the process in getting players to commit to this game. What is that process like?
You talk about challenge. It could be a challenge because
a little bit of a teeth pull, perhaps.
What's that?
A little bit of pulling teeth, perhaps.
Right. Because you know, this is the busiest time of the high school year.
Sure.
Not just athletically, but for players, like for seniors, you got prom, you've got still being recruited, so there's weekends for that. You've got weekend visits to the school that you've already committed to. So there's a lot going on. Then you got some, in the cases with some of these players, they're undecided. So there might be a major tournament that they need to go play as an unsigned senior in. So there's a variety of things. So luckily we've got great partners in Illinois. Actually, my son is also, he's a COO of SBI. He lives there. So he's developed some great partnerships there. Same thing with Wisconsin and then Michigan. We've got some really good people that love the event as much as we do and want to come here and have a good showing and win the event. Actually, Torrey Jackson, who is the head coach for Team Michigan for his second year, played at Notre Dame.
Yes,
he was,
right.
One of their
recognize the name.
Better players over the last 25 years. So and Antoine Jobert actually coached in 2023.
Okay.
He's a top 10 all-time leading scorer in Michigan
Absolutely.
basketball history. So.
Well, certainly the Indiana roster, which we'll see here in the next game, is star-studded, and that was, we'll see this building start to fill back in as Team Indiana team will play in the next game, and that got a lot of people's attention that you were able to get Jalen Harrelson and Trent Sisley to come and play in this event,
yes,
since they did not play in Harrelson's case the last 2 years, Sisley's case their senior year, at an IHSAA school to get them to come and play. And I was joking with Chris Hawkins, who I've known forever, when he was down at the scorers table and told the scorers his starting five, and he made a joke. I joked with Chris that you could win a lot of games with that starting five.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I could.
You definitely could. But I tell you, Wisconsin gave him
unbelievable.
Everything
Yeah, absolutely. With just 7 players in uniform.
Yeah, and sometimes it's easier to play with less
yes.
players because
yes.
you don't have as much rotation and you get some continuity going with that 5. So but I thought Chris did a nice job of at least attempting to give everybody some decent minutes, so they can feel like they were a part of things.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. Oh, that's a nice move by Bateman to draw the contact and flip it in off the board. That's the downside to getting so many high-end players that you did on the Indiana side of things. To get 14 quality players to commit, you've got 14 quality players on that bench that you've got to find minutes for.
Right.
In the case of Chris Hawkins.
What's interesting, we usually choose 12 to 13 players, and we end up with, between prom and maybe a player happen to split and maybe playing the first game and not the second game or vice versa, we end up with 8 to 10 players,
right,
which is a good number to have. This was the year where we went 14 for 14 because everyone wanted to be a part of this.
Right. Well, that's a tribute to what you've put together.
Yes.
That they all want to be involved. Jumpers missed out front, but rebounded in the lane, shot short, and knocked off the inline back to Wisconsin. Halfway through this first half, and Wisconsin has cut into Illinois' lead, trailing by 1. Bateman with the floor spread, has it knocked free and scooped up by Nelson. Oh, he throws it down with a right hand.
I tell you what,
Maki Nelson.
I wasn't expecting that.
I was not either.
You go do some jelly, lay it in. It was a lot more than jelly.
Maki Nelson showed some springs and a nice corkscrew layup that time. On the finish by Elijah Lovemore. Substitutes into the game with Illinois leading 22-17. Wow.
Hats off to Illinois. I mean, I know they didn't play. When you're around the event, you see the teams come off after not winning, and you hear the conversations. They weren't happy with the way they played. The coach certainly wasn't. So, hey, they're putting forth a really solid effort here. We'll see what happens.
Fadeaway jumper is good. Edwards knocks in the 3 and draws the foul.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Give him a chance for 4. And you get another look at Edwards between the legs. That's an NBA 3. There's 3 lines on the floor.
He's got that fall away down too. The NBA barely touch you, but fall like someone shot you, fall away.
We've talked about the Lebanon Leprechauns play professional basketball in this venue. So you've got the high school line is the black three-point line on your screen. The college line is the gray line. As Edwards has checked that Bolden couldn't get the roll. College line is the gray line, and the professional line is the red line, and Edwards hit that last one from behind the red line. (24-20), Illinois leading. To the basket. Lovemore couldn't get that one to go, but will shoot two rather. 7.5 minutes to go in this first half of consolation round. I had that foul called on the floor. I thought that was a shooting foul. Nelson wants a long one. No good. 3 Division I players on this Wisconsin team. We talked about Bateman and Edwards as Bateman steps into a 14-footer. But David Bolden, number 3 in red, headed to the New Jersey Institute of Technology, also a Division I program.
And I'll tell you, Bateman is he's the type of player. I mean, he's a little cold so far. He started off slow in that first game against Indiana. He'll get 20 in the second half. He's that kind of player.
Was a finalist for Wisconsin Mr. Basketball. Hit 10 3-pointers in a game this year. Playing for the Milwaukee Academy of Sciences. Was his high school. Hit a long 2 there. Two-point game foul called. That's a 2-shot foul. Kingston Caldwell going to the line. Tees it up twice. First one good. Almost a lane violation there, but that second one skips off. The pull up by Bolden kicks off the front rim. And Nelson to the rim scores. Nelson's shown some.
That looked like a Luka Doncic blow-by special right there.
Yeah. Bateman from way out, no good. Lovemore for 3, hit after he let it go, knocks it in, and will shoot 1. So our second potential 4-point play of the half, 1 on each side.
That's out to Team Illinois. I mean, they're playing hard, making shots.
Both of these teams playing with some short benches, so you wonder when fatigue's going to set in maybe. Second game, each team with 2 subs. They are 18. Used to playing AAU and play several games a day.
You play 4 games in a day.
Quick take to the basket, and Ricketts could not find the jam. Back the other way, the 3's missed, and a good aggressive rebound by Lee in traffic. Sidestepping, Edwards flips it up and in. I really like Edwards. I watch a lot of mid-major basketball. I watch a lot of mid-major basketball, Tony. I really like Edwards.
I'd like to be his agent in 2026. After his freshman year, I know that. Because if he plays like he is now.
Edwards through the lane, elevates and finishes at the rim.
Yeah. So
30-26, Illinois up 4. Wisconsin with the steal. Bateman looks it over, pulls up for a long 3 and hits. Kept the hand up just a little bit to let everybody know about it.
Yeah, he won't stay cold long.
Yeah, if you hit 10 threes in a high school game, in a 32-minute game, you have a resume
Coach is
as a
gonna let
shooter.
you keep shooting.
Yeah, you have a license.
Right, right.
Bateman knows the pursuit is coming. The lob to Lee on the transition. And Wisconsin has its first lead.
That was fast.
31-30.
9-0
Oh,
run.
right back at it. That's Aramis Brown. That's Brown's first bucket of the game. Bateman tried another three. Back and forth we go. And a foul at the rim. Montgomery challenging the defense and earning a trip to the line. There's a spin away from the defense at half court. And Montgomery, that's an easy call. They call that foul on the floor? Oh, my goodness.
Ooh. Well,
no free throws there. Wow.
Can't say it's home cooking.
No.
It's Wisconsin, Illinois.
No. No. That cannot be argued. And that will earn Montgomery. Actually, that's Brown with a basket and a foul. So Brown gets the contact and finishes. Chance for a three-point play. Inside 2:45 left in the first half. Brown's free throw is too strong. And Bateman head of steam down the lane, lost the handle. But Brown in a seated position. Sees it roll off him and out of bounds. Bateman turns and shoots. Not get his feet set on that one. Illinois comes the other way, up 4. Edwards, great bounce ahead, and the finish with 2 hands by Ricketts. Stop and go drive, finished by Caldwell.
I'm sure if you're a coach and you're watching this, on that play you're thinking, stop ball, stop ball. You're yelling it at the TV.
And the pass errant. Harper could not get it. Had already elevated. Turned over. Subs in for both teams. Inside 100 seconds to go, first half. Bolden tried the step back. Illinois bench wanted to travel. Thompson's just into the game. Missed the shot, but rebound for Wisconsin keeps the possession going. Edwards puts his defender in the spin. Tried the reverse layup and threw it off the support above the basket. Go back to Illinois. Illinois coach is still lobbying for a travel that was not called. He's got the basketball, inside a minute to go. And his team up 4. Harper, tough turnaround, off the mark, rebounded by Lee. Bateman, hesitation, finishes. Thought for a second he might elevate and throw that down. That's why I raised my voice.
I think he thought about
in
it.
anticipation that a throwdown was coming.
He said, let's just lay this down a little bit.
I don't think Bateman got his steps quite right for that throwdown that I thought was coming. Travel called. And Tony, you're old enough to get this reference. I think Bolden might have Rick Mahorn pulled the chair a little bit
right.
there.
He did. I'm definitely old enough.
Inside 15 seconds.
I did not know what to expect, and it is amazing to see all like the different types of fragrances that you put together. Just when you put together like a few drops on a fan, and then what turns into the actual fragrance, it's amazing.
Life's better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And, Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds talking Colts, Pacers, Indiana sports every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Rob Brown, Tony Leach back with you at halftime here at Lebanon. The Midwest Challenge presented by SBI Sportswear. Illinois leading Wisconsin here at the break, 37-35. Tony, your overall impressions of what we saw in the first half?
Well, like I was saying during the broadcast, this is one of the hardest things mentally as a player when you come to win something and you realize you can't win. Who are you when you got to play in a consolation game? And both of these teams, they're still playing hard. I mean, they're guarding. I mean, they're still challenging each other. And, we're going to see we got a close matchup. We're going to see who comes away with a win to take back to their state.
Leading scorers in that first half, Jamarian Bateman had 14 for Wisconsin. Javante Edwards right behind with 12. Elijah Lovemore pacing Illinois with 9 points. We'll take a break, come back. We'll have some first half highlights, and we'll take you up to the start of the second half. That coming up next. You're watching the Midwest Challenge presented by SVI Sportswear on the ISC Sports Network.
I did not know what to expect, and it is amazing to see all like the different types of fragrances that you put together. Just when you put together like a few drops on a fan, and then what turns into the actual fragrance, it's amazing.
better when you're under our roof.
Danny dreams fearlessly.
Because when you feel protected,
It's okay.
your family's free to pursue their dreams.
So are you brave?
I'm brave.
I'm fearless.
I'm fearless.
Bundle life and save up to 25% on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
Hey there, my name is Jake Query,
And I'm Derek Schultz.
and we are part of, actually, the entirety of, at least from an on-air standpoint, Query and Schultz on the ISC Sports Network. It's appropriately named. It's charitably award-winning. And Derek, now we venture into season number 5. Hard to believe.
5 of them. 5 of them. Can you believe it? 2 best buds talking Colts,
Hard to believe
Pacers, Indiana sports every Tuesday night, 7:30, ISC Sports Network, and on socials as well.
It is made possible, of course, by the people who watch and listen every single week. We are most appreciative. We look forward to season number 5.
Well, let's take a look at some of our first half highlights. A very entertaining back and forth game as Illinois leads Wisconsin by 2 points. And again, Jamarian Bateman and Javante Edwards, both double-figure scorers in that first half, both for Wisconsin. Bateman with 14, got hot late, and Edwards with 12. And one thing we'll keep an eye on as both teams hitting 4 threes in the first half, but we mentioned Bateman just 1 for 5. And, Tony, he's the type of player where he's 1 for 5 in the first half, but he could have a stretch here in this second half where he could go 3 out of 4 in a 90-second segment.
I expect him. He's got 34. He's got 14 points. I expect him to be over 30 for the game when the game's over.
Yeah, I think we'd both be shocked if he wasn't.
Right.
For Illinois, they're more of a balanced approach. You got 3 players between 9 and 7, and we expect that to continue here in the second half as we move through this final 20 minutes. Wisconsin will have the basketball as we started, and very quickly getting us going. Edwards missed the left side 3, and Illinois got the rebound and wants to push. Bateman has the steal. And Bateman all the way to the goal, lays it in and ties the game. So Bateman with 16, gets 2 in transition off the steal.
And I'll say what I said even in the first game with Bateman. I saw where he was ranked number 78 in the country. Like I said, I want to see the other 77 because, you know, we'll see what happens. I guess it doesn't matter now. He's got his scholarship offer anyway. So we'll see how he plays when he gets to Iowa State. But
Edwards tosses in the runner. And Iowa State is one of those programs, Tony, that it just seems like no matter how many, ever since T.J. Olsenberger got there, no matter how many players they lose, how many players they have to replace, they never take a step back in terms of winning.
right.
They just keep winning at the same level.
When you in this environment, you got to do really 4 things well: culture, you obviously got to coach, you got to recruit, and you got to retain. You know, and so Iowa State has been one of the better programs at it. I mean, they seem to stay in the Sweet 16. They haven't won it yet, but they're always right there. So,
and maybe I would maybe add a 5th pillar to that, and something that Iowa State seems to do, at least from an outside perspective, as Bateman goes to the rim and scores and draws the foul. And I would maybe add player development
yes.
to that as a 5th pillar.
Yeah.
They seem to find players maybe at the mid-major level in the portal and develop them up to their level at the Big 12 level.
Yes.
Bateman completes the 3-point play. And very quickly, Team Wisconsin is propelled to a 4-point advantage after trailing by 2 at the break. Corner 3 is tossed in by Harper.
Great to see it in both of these teams. Neither one of them want to be 0-2 today.
Step through is rolled off the rim. That foul was called on the floor, however, and would not have counted. So the ball put in baseline right. 3 minutes gone in the second half. And Bateman steals it. It's a one-legged three. Oh, my.
Got that in the bag.
That was an interesting shot choice. All the way to the rim and scoring is Montgomery. Edwards, 3 kicks off. Montgomery for the volleyball line, no good.
You know, if you're going to take that shot and impose,
Bateman to the rim.
you need to make it.
Yes, 100%. Montgomery tried the wraparound pass and turns it over. Bateman wraps it around his back as the defender flies by. Missed the 3, however, and we've got a foul on the rebound on Team Illinois. Thompson puts it in baseline right. Corner 3 is knocked in by Bateman, who is heating up.
Surprise. I'm really surprised at that.
Bateman wants a step back. That one's off the mark. Lee wrestling for the rebound. Has it taken away. Nelson, corner 3, good. Second 3 of the half for Nelson. Edwards to the basket, scores.
Man, they're letting them play.
Very much so. Montgomery run off the line, puts in the flip shot. 51-50. This is end to end here in the first 6 minutes. Three is long, and Harper's got the rebound. Nelson wants a third 3 in the half. That was in the bottom and popped out. Bateman stop and go drive, too much against the contest of Smith. Harper on the baseline, good.
Yeah, Harper's a good looking player.
Got good
bouncy,
length.
good length.
Yep. And a timeout called. Timeout call, we'll keep it here and get another look at Harper's baseline jumper. We'll keep it here. Remind you, today's game is brought to us by the Ed Martin Automotive Group, who would like to congratulate Xavier Robinson of Lawrence North for being part of today's Midwest Challenge. When it comes to your next car, Ed Martin is the only name you need to know. Find out more at edmartin.com. The DJ busting out the world-famous Supreme team all of a sudden.
Shout out to SBI for those ill jersey designs. I see the Illinois on there. We'll play on words.
Those are, there you go. I like it when my partner incorporates monitor work. That's well done by you, Tony. Those jerseys in the girls' game the last game, remind me I need to go see the eye doctor.
Yeah,
they were
bright.
Those were, woo. Those Illinois jerseys are sharp. I like the shadow box on the lettering. Knocked free from behind. Wisconsin's got it off the steal. Had 6 lead changes in this second half. Bateman going to work from the foul line, hitting.
Bateman pointed like as if to say, give me the rock.
I think your Bateman to 30 here in the second half is in good shape, Tony. He has 12 in the second half and 26 in the game.
So,
and we've got 12 and a half minutes to go.
I might have
you
asked him to be an underachiever.
Yeah. I think he might.
Well, he had 39 in the first.
He might be tracking to 40 at this rate. Yeah, I've got him for 12 in the second half, 26 in the game.
That's about right.
2 free throws good for Montgomery.
Watched him in the Denard Brothers event a month ago. He was outstanding. He was MVP of the Iverson game. But I don't think this Illinois team cares.
They do not. They would, I think they would trade Bateman getting 40, but they would prefer to put a win in their back pocket and head north.
Yep.
It's another steal and a foul drawn. That sends Aramis Brown to the line for 2. First one no good, second one good. Brown with 9 in the ball game. Bolden off the screen roll. Finds Ricketts on the roll with the foul and finish. Count the basket. Tie the game. Well, neither team can find any separation in this second half. Free throw too strong for Ricketts. Pull up by Brown is good. As we hit the halfway point in the second half. Edwards ISO'd. Brown got up tight to knock it free off the end line. Elijah Lovemore's back in the game for Team Illinois. Knocked free. 3-on-2. Make it 4-on-2 with Nelson trailing. Lovemore with the wraparound. Fouled. At the rim. Shoots 2 more. Well, hat tip to both of these teams because these teams are going hard
they really
right
are.
now. Both, especially at the defensive end. Lovemore tees it up twice. First one good. Lovemore into double figures. Third player for Team Illinois to get there, make it the fourth, excuse me. 57-55. Make it 58-55. 3-point lead for Team Illinois. 4-point lead, excuse me. Bateman gets the screen. Pull up, good. Mid-range, just inside the 3-point line. The lost art of the 16-footer.
Right.
Bateman has equaled his first half total with 14 here in the second half. Tapped up by Brown, no good the first time. Tapped it in for the second time. Harper, 7 for Harper in the second half. And a foul called. Lovemore up too tight on Edwards. Edwards ISO'd, backing his defender down. Turns, shoots, too strong on the fade, but drew the foul. Shoots 2. Played at Carmen Northwest High School in Milwaukee, did Edwards. 4-time All-League player. First free throw's good. Second one short. It's a 3-point game. Ooh, what a move by Nelson to get by Bateman.
Put the Jets
Oh
on.
my. Nelson has shown
Shifty.
acceleration a couple times.
He has.
Corner 3 is short. Nelson waited for the rebound to come back to him, but knocked it off the shin of Ricketts. And Illinois gets it back regardless. Ooh, Nelson with the kind of unfurl at the rim there.
Yeah.
Nelson looking for an outlet. Instead, shook himself a little too much and did the splits. And Nelson holding his hip. Needs a little help getting back to his feet. Good to see Nelson get back up on his own, but needs to get to the bench and get himself back together. 7 minutes to go. Team Illinois up 5. In the lane, Edwards scores. Brown hits the 3.
Tell you what, every time it looks like Wisconsin might, make a little run, Illinois makes a nice shot.
And Edwards gets to the rim and scores again. Edwards has scored 10 here in the second half, 22 in the game. It's been much like we saw earlier today, Tony. It's been the 2-man offensive attack of Edwards and Bateman.
Absolutely.
And a foul at the rim. This time Montgomery goes to the line. And on the other end, you can't really single out one player for Illinois. It's been a collective effort.
It definitely has.
They've just kind of
all of them
shared the load.
Yeah.
Montgomery has 7 in the second half. Montgomery missed the second free throw. Oh, he made it? Okay. And Montgomery goes to the rim and scores. It's an 8-point lead. Illinois starting to get a little bit of separation. Faking under the basket and scoring on the dunk is Lee. And Brown hits the triple.
That's the second one here in the second half for him. Bateman just scored.
So Bateman is edging closer to 30. I've got him. Actually, that is points number 29 and 30. But the lead is 7. 7-point advantage with 4 minutes and change to go. Edwards walks it across the line. And the shot blocked. Ooh, and a late whistle. Foul on Terrence Smith. Puts Edwards at the line for 2. Edwards with 22 points. First one good. Second one good as well. 5-point lead. Team Illinois has played from in front. Montgomery twisting layup too much. Rebound in low by Harper, and a jump ball will keep it at the Illinois end on the alternating possession. Timeout called by Illinois. We'll keep it here with 3 minutes even to go. Remind you that today's game is brought to us by Lawrence Township Schools, voted Indy's best public schools. The Metropolitan School District of Lawrence Township is your district of destination. With a commitment to excellence, innovation, and opportunity, LTE empowers every student to reach their full potential on the path to graduation, college, and career. Whether you're new to the area or exploring the best for your child's future, discover what makes Lawrence Township the place where education leads to success. Learn more at ltschools.org. And congratulations to Xavier Robinson of Lawrence North for participating in today's game. Rob Brown with you this afternoon / early evening alongside Tony Leach. 3 minutes to go, Tony, and Illinois up 5.
Still anybody's ball game?
I would think, though, Tony, given what Illinois has done here in the second half, it would be very difficult defensively in that Wisconsin huddle for the Wisconsin coach to say, hey, we've got to focus on this guy or this guy, because Illinois, every player on the floor has been effective.
It's a collective effort.
And they lobbed it in deep, did Illinois, to find Smith for the layup. That's the first 2 for Smith in the second half. Bateman for 3, got it. And a quick timeout call, Wisconsin. Bateman has 33. And I'm not a strong math guy, Tony, but Wisconsin coaches have to be content to if they trade 3s for 2s, they're going to catch up.
You think?
they're going to cut into this lead.
Better yet if they get a stop or 2.
Yeah, that's even better if they can get a stop.
But what we do know is that Jamarion Bateman is going to have the ball in his hands.
Yes, and it's likely
100%.
going to take a second defender to make him give it up. It's not going to. It's more than likely not going to end well for Illinois if they're going to continue to guard Jamarion Bateman one-on-one on an ISO. That is proven not to have a high success rate for Illinois.
For sure.
75-71. Wisconsin with Illinois, with the basketball and a 4-point lead. A reminder, at the conclusion of this game, we'll stay here. We'll hand out our player of the game, brought to us by Boilermakers Local 374, and then we'll take a quick 10-minute break or so, and then get you ready for the championship game between Michigan and Indiana, which should be a dandy. Both teams have a foul to give. Three-pointer spins out, ball tapped to the corner, and Wisconsin's got the rebound. Bolden comes out of there with it, and Bolden was fending off the defender. Boy, that could go either way on the foul call, but it's going to go against Illinois. And Illinois
was more Illinois than Wisconsin.
Yeah,
for sure.
Illinois was out of fouls. That's team foul 7. So Bolden shoots a 1-and-1. Free throw up, free throw good. You can make the case, Tony, that's while you want to pressure the ball, you've got to have some awareness that you're at the doorstep of the bonus. Just get back and play defense.
Got to be smart.
Bolden splits the pair, makes one, misses one. It's a 3-point game. Wisconsin sitting on 5 team fouls, So Wisconsin has a foul to give. And the ball knocked free. Thompson pokes it out of bounds. Oh, are they going to say that Illinois touched that last? Oh, my goodness. So Illinois turns it over. Oh, boy. Wisconsin has a chance to tie the game with a 3 here. Bateman, long 2, got it. Just inside the line, Bateman pulls his team to within 1, 75-74. And Bolden gave a foul at half court. That was the foul that Wisconsin had to give. Timeout called by Illinois. We'll keep it here. My, oh, my.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's probably not a lot of strategy here. If I'm Illinois, I'm definitely saying make somebody other than number 1 and, Bateman and Edwards, number 2 beat me. And Illinois is harder because it's like you said. I mean, they've got everybody scoring. Probably have 3 or 4 guys in the, in double figures. So. Well,
first things first. If you're Illinois coming out of this timeout, you've got the ball. So what's your strategy coming out with the ball coming out when you're Illinois?
I would say if you can't get it inside, then spread the ball, make Wisconsin make a mistake defensively. Make them shift, get out of position, look for a back cut, and try to get an easy basket, easy layup. Don't do a hero 3. I mean, if it's a wide open 3, okay, but contested 3s, no.
Rashad Bateman with 21 in the second half, 35 in the game. And Wisconsin is out of fouls, so the next Wisconsin foul will put Illinois at the line for a 1-and-1. Inside, 90 seconds to go. 1-point game. Nelson's back in the game after slipping and tweaking his hip a couple minutes ago. Lovemore handling high right. Edwards up tight defensively. Doubled. Nelson open 3 in the corner, no good. Thompson's got the rebound. Now Bateman into the forecourt. Bateman pulls into a 3, short. Rebound knocked loose on the floor. Lee's got it under the bucket, put it in, and Wisconsin has the lead.
Nice unsigned 6'8" prospect.
Plenty of time. Lovemore scoops, puts it in, and draws the foul. Elijah Lovemore with the basket and the contact.
That's a tough play.
Oh, drew the contact, double clutch off the window. Free throw can give his team a 2-point lead for Lovemore. Free throw up, good. 2-point lead, plenty of time. Each team with a timeout left. Wisconsin has 2. Bateman a long 3, got it! Oh, my.
Where have we seen that before?
Bateman, 1-point lead. Lovemore for 3. Fouled. Oh,
man.
Bateman was, Lovemore rather, was clipped by Edwards shooting the 3.
That looked like a.
There's Bateman's NBA length 3.
Like
at one end,
right there.
Looks like Lovemore pushed off a little bit to get space, and then Edwards came back, drifting over for the contest.
That's not a
fouled Lovemore. Lovemore shoots 3.
That's a tough call right there.
It's a 1-point game. First free throw's good. Ties the game.
Call right there. I mean, if you're not gonna call the push off, you can't not call the push off, and then it gets back into play.
I'm with you, Tony.
But.
Tie game at 79. There's plenty of time left, 25 and 4/10. It's a 3-shot foul. One more shot. Lovemore hits the second, putting his team back in front. Lovemore is 5 for 5 from the line, all here in the second half. One more free throw. Jamarian Bateman has 38 points, 24 here in the second half.
38.
Timeout, Wisconsin. Lovemore hits all three. That's more difficult than you would think. Bateman had 14 in the first half. I've got him for 24 in the second. 81-79. Both teams are over the limit foul-wise, but not to the double bonus yet. 25 and 4/10 seconds to go. Each team does have a timeout remaining. Wisconsin with the basketball coming out.
Lovemore's had a nice second half.
Yeah, I've got Lovemore with 17 points and 8 here in the second half, and Lovemore has hit 6 out of 6 from the foul line, 5 of free throws here in the last minute. All pressure packed.
Yep.
Actually 4. 1 on the and one, and then
Yeah.
three free throws on the foul there.
Yeah, so he's been leading him in scoring, and he's been clutch down the stretch for him.
So certainly you would anticipate Jamarion Bateman would be the man with the ball in his hands. 24 points, hit an NBA length 3 moments ago. 25 and 4/10 seconds to go. Oh, that ball was hit. That's a delay of game warning. Brown hit the basketball while Thompson still had it in his hands standing out of bounds. So that's a delay warning. Into Bateman. Over to Edwards.
They're going to see if they run the same play they ran this morning.
Edwards down the lane to the goal. Missed the shot, he rushed it. Now Wisconsin has to come and foul.
Man.
Edwards got to the
Got
rim.
too excited.
Yep. Wisconsin down only 2. They opted to go get Edwards to the rim, and Edwards got a pretty good look, got to the rim, but just rushed it.
Yeah.
And now at the line, shooting a 1-and-1
It's got too big.
is Lovemore. 1-and-1, 10.5 seconds to go. First one good. Second one would make it a 2-possession game. This is the big one here. 10.5 seconds left. And it's a 4-point lead. Timeout, Illinois. 83. Or no, take that back. Illinois did not call time. Just sent a sub in. Trying to get it into Bateman, and do. Bateman on the run. Into the forecourt. Bateman for 3, short. Rebound tap to Edwards. Dribbles back to the corner for 3, no good, and that'll do it. So Illinois hangs on in what was a very entertaining game to win 83-79 and win this consolation game by 4. We're going to stay here. And normally the MVP of the game comes from the winning team, but we're going to give the MVP to Jamarion Bateman, who had 38 points in a losing effort for Team Wisconsin. Jamarion Bateman with 38 points to follow up his 39 in the game earlier today against Team Indiana. Jamarion Bateman of Team Wisconsin, our blue-collar player of the game, presented by Boilermakers Local 374. Become a Union Boilermaker and be on your way to a great career. Find out more when you log on to local374.org. And Tony Bateman was spectacular today in both games and showed every bit why he's going to Iowa State to play in the Power Four. And you made the comment earlier, if he's ranked 78th in the country in terms of this 2025 recruiting class, I'd like to see the 77 ranked ahead of him.
No question. I mean, he's very talented. It's amazing that, 39 and 38 points led to losses, which is crazy. But 2 very, very tough games. And, Illinois, hats off to them because, again, they lost the first game. And now they get to take a win back up 65 Northland.
Well, we want to thank everyone for watching. We're going to take about a 10-minute break, and we'll come back with the championship game between Team Indiana and Team Michigan. Tony Leach, the organizer of this event, thanks for sitting in for this game. We'll let you get back and get back to your organizing duties and enjoy this championship game. Appreciate you sitting in with us, Tony.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us. For now, we'll say goodbye and be back with you in about 10 minutes for our entire ISC Sports Network crew. This is Rob Brown for now saying so